I don't know. I'm kind of scatterbrained. You're fine, Tulsa. Wouldn't block you anyway. I know. It's the ones that come in here that I don't know that come in here almost every live that we have no clue who they are because they've never spoke, they've never said hi, they never tried to interact, and they sit in here and they don't talk. That's the ones that are about to start getting blocked. So if you come in here and you've talked and everything, and of course, Tulsa, we know you from way back. T-Bone, what happened to her brother? What do you mean? Gemini, I could not be more stressed. I don't think, I probably could be, but I'm completely stressed. And just dealing with a lot of stuff today. Yeah, she was in the hospital, but you asked about her brother. So what happened to her brother? I don't know what you meant by that. Oh. The way that flowed, I just read it as what happened. Okay. Yeah, he was, but the way if y'all read it like I read it, it just read straight through it. She was having some pains last night in her lower right abdomen. We took her to the ER, and they told her she had cellulitis. So she is dealing with that now. We're trying to get her antibiotics and this special powder she's got to put on it. So that's what's going on. Stress is not good. Stress is not good at all. So, but I think I live in a constant state of it. Yeah, it scared us last night. It scared me because where she was hurting at, and she was like really hot to touch. I thought appendicitis. So I took her up there just to be safe and sorry. And, of course, the cellulitis would have got worse if we wouldn't have went on up there. What kind of powder did they give you?
It starts with an N.
Starts with an N? I can't say half the stuff these meds are. I do good to say what my meds are. Nystatin? Nystatin?
Something like that.
Nystatin?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, she said that sounded right. I don't know how much the powder is, but that and the antibiotics was $11. So we caught a break on it not being expensive because a few people in here last night said when they had to use it, it was pretty expensive. So praise the Lord that it was only $11. They sent her home last night with a little bit of the powder left. But they used on her up there and didn't use instead of throwing it away. They sent it home with her. Do you got the bottle over there? Mm-hmm. It's got the name on it? Let me see it. I don't know. I know that's what they gave her. Yep. Let's see. So, yeah, this is a powder. My Staten topical powder. Yeah, it's a fake illness because that's why we went to the ER last night and they gave her this powder and stuff and I gotta get meds for it. We are paid up on the room till tomorrow morning at 11. So on top of trying to get her down. Read your comment. Okay. I have to tell her that too. So I don't know anything about it. I just know they gave it to her last night, and she's got a prescription of it. Pick up with the antibiotic. So works awesome. Okay. Hey, Holly and Ben, fun mom of TikTok. There's apartments, we just can't afford them. We can't afford the first and last month's rent, the deposit, and then to get everything hooked up on it. And we just... It's pretty cold here. The wind's bad today. So... It's like, I think it's in the 40s today. Sun's out, so I made it a little bit better, but then the wind's out too. It's supposed to drop down into the 20s tonight. Yeah, cornholio. See, that's what a lot of people don't realize. They think, oh, well, you pay $320 a week for a hotel. Why can't you get an apartment? Well, because the apartment just ain't $320 a week. It's you know, around about $700 is your average for an apartment. It's not like super bad, but not in a good place. And well, they want that. Then they want first and last month, so we're at $1,400. Then usually they want a deposit. They want to charge the same thing as the rent, so now we're at $2,100 just to get moved in. And a lot of them here are charging application fees. So you're anywhere between $40 to $100 for an application fee. And then your, whatever the utilities are to get connected there. You know.
The pet feed.
Yeah, the pet feed and you know. You're right. It's about $3,000 to get to a place. It really is, Freckles. Then you get to the point of, okay, so we were in a hotel, you know, and then when all the money's going to just surviving, I've never checked on I don't know what the ESA papers is, Twisted, but I would definitely be checking on that. Thank you for your opinion, Dave. I hope you have a good day. I couldn't put that together to save my life. ESA is emotional support animal. Twisted said if you get a note from your doctor with that, they can't charge you pet deposit. Okay, we'll be checking on that one. Yeah, I tell you, in Cornholio, something else, one of the places has got going on down here, and they're the biggest place to rent from. Is I don't know what they've changed their name to here lately. It used to be Rental City. Renshaw? Okay, so now it's Renshaw. You got to have 3 times the rent as your monthly income. I don't know what they're doing out there. Yeah. So it's like if you rent $700, you gotta have $2,100 income coming in. So see, they used to have places like that here, the all bills paid places, but it's just like, it's when just one company started buying everything up, they just changed the rules to however they wanted it. And I'm talking about like they've just about, like, you can't find a small landlord that just owns a couple of places anymore, because this place is when they've bought everything out just about, Yeah, I think the only way I would do a roommate situation is if I already knew the person for a long time. And it's like we went in together and got a place. Like I wouldn't, I don't think I could just roommate with somebody that I didn't know at all. There's a few people I know that I could easily roommate with. Me and Angela both could roommate with them because we know them so well. We do the same things, like the same things, watch just about the same shows on TV. But Fun Mom on TikTok, we are in Tennessee. Tennessee. Be here in March. What part are you coming to? If you don't mind me asking. Nice, Twisted. Well, I'm definitely going to check into that. Going back to Gatlinburg. Okay, you're going to the opposite end that we're at. You're going to what I like to call the pretty end of Tennessee. We're on the opposite end where we get Memphis and stuff, and it's not very pretty. Memphis used to be such a great town to go to and spend time in. Yeah, that end of Tennessee, we used to go with the church when we was kids, teenagers and stuff, a thing called Winterfest, and we'd go to Gatlinburg for it. And we'd go to Pigeon Forge and Ober Gatlinburg and everything. And it was just, we loved it. just that ain't gonna work. I was trying to figure out how to do this screen a little bit better, but some of y'all know that I'm using a coffee stack as a tripod. That's why I keep doing this number, because I'm looking over that bar and everything. So that's the best part. But yeah, we used to do that every year. Winterfest was so much fun. Lord, I wish I could go back to those times. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably not the same crystal. Yeah, that's not crystal. Not falling for it today, guys. It should still be pretty cool when y'all come in March. Like, it won't be... Well, it shouldn't be super cold, but it should be, like, cool enough where you can... You have to walk around with thick jackets on, like maybe a hoodie or something. Or may not be, I don't know. Our weather's stupid here in Tennessee, so it might be summertime by the time y'all get there. So, you never know with Tennessee weather. The saying for Tennessee weather is, if you don't like it, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Joey, she's sore, kind of tired. Had a rough night sleeping last night because of what was going on with her. And she's napping a little bit now. James, stressed beyond belief, is a light way to put how I am right now. We need a lot of help today. Yeah, she's home from the hospital. She got to come home last night. She just didn't sleep too well because she couldn't get comfortable. She's in a comfortable spot now, so. But if anybody can help us with anything today, anything at all, we're trying to get her meds, trying to keep the room. We're just, there's other things, but that's the top two important things, is to get her meds. She desperately needs those. You know, the room's pretty important too, but that's the top two things. So that's where most of my stress is today. Jingle Jade, we used that Good RX, and it knocked it down to both her meds are $11. Pharmacy said they couldn't get it any cheaper than that, so we definitely called a break with it being $11. So. And that's her antibiotic and the powder she has to use. Trustee's office will help with medication. What trustee's office? Like that? No, we don't have any type of insurance. Our union mission used to help with it, but they said it's such a hassle that they don't help with medicine anymore. I don't know why it would be. What she said, the process, the hassle wouldn't be on her end, the hassle would be on my end. So I'd have to go, how much it is, bring it back, fill out paperwork, show them that piece of paper. They write a check for the pharmacy for the amount, and I take it back. I'm like, okay, all that hassle is on my end, not yours. So I don't know. Oh yeah, we don't have. When you say trustee, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Besides our place where we go get our tags, I don't know, and they don't do anything like that. I'm willing to make the trip. They told me they don't do it anymore because it's too much of a hassle. But she was just explaining to me the hassle it was, and I'm just like, that all that hassle would be on my end. All thing they're doing is sitting there, you know, and looking over the paperwork and writing a check. I'm the one that's got to do all the driving, and I told them I'd be fine with that. But she was just like, well, we don't do it anymore because of that hassle. It was just too much of a hassle on everybody involved. And I'm like, you're willing to help me get these meds. I should be willing to do whatever my end should be. You know. We get our tags at the Diane Moore Dyer County Trustee's office. See, that's what kind of threw me off when he said trustee, because it's the only trustee that I know. me pause you guys for just a minute. Okay, guys, I changed location so she can rest. So,
She's tired. She's resting. I'm not going to sit here and listen to a bunch of stuff about her snoring. I'm really past all that stuff too, with a lot of people in the chat. So. We've tried them on other meds, and it's a pretty long process to get anything done. I didn't know about the statewide card, though. I will check into that. Why don't you be a man and quit hiding behind fake names and pictures of my wife? Don't you do that? Quit being scared. Quit being a little punk. And if you're gonna come on here and say something, say it with your face and your name. Don't come on here hiding. Quit being a punk about it. Y'all want to get on here and talk about, I don't have a man card. You pulled my man card. But y'all get on here and hide behind fake names and you can't say it man to man. I'll look back into it. But the last time I looked into that, when she needed some other meds, it was a waiting period, and she was needing the meds pretty quick. So, but thank you for that. I will definitely look into it. Hey, Cotton Candy, how are you doing? And you're no man at all. Oh, you may be a woman. You just say the way it is. You're not brave enough. So, maybe a woman doing it. Whatever it is, you're not adult enough to get on here and say it face to face. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So let my mods handle it. Take y'all out when y'all come in. Cotton Candy, stressed beyond belief and just life. So. GA, it gets a lot worse. Ooh. Cotton Candy, that is rough. I've had broken ribs before. I've never broken a tailbone, but I've had broken ribs. And they suck. Hey, Teaspoon, how are you? No, I'm here, Mary. Just in the trenches today, I guess. Bubby's GG, I have said this 100 times, and you've been in here to see it and hear it. My car is not good enough to do Uber or Spark in. I have some mechanical issues with the car, and I can't get out and drive it just for long periods on time. I can drive it from like a point A to a point B, then it's got to sit for a minute, and then, point A, point B. So, can only imagine a broken tailbone's got to be hella painful. I know broken ribs. When I broke mine, it was just you didn't want to breathe because it hurt, but you got to breathe because if you don't, well, you're not living. I've got check engine light, a anti-lock brake light, the auto traction light comes on, and I've got some repairs that's got to be made to it, and it needs a tune up bad because it's like it needs these spark plugs and stuff like that to it because it's not wanting to go above 40 miles an hour half the time. So but yeah. Good grief. That's some of the stupid stuff I did in wrestling. I'm surprised I never broke my tailbone. I messed my hip up pretty bad. I have broken several other bones wrestling, but broken ankle, broken ribs, broke 9 of 10 fingers. I need a hip replacement, but I just can't. I've been needing it for a while now. When I was working at NSK, I needed it, but I just never could take the time off to get it done. Now, I imagine horses can be rough too. Yeah, Renee, that is lucky there. Unfortunately, we only have the one vehicle. So, if I could ever get it fixed, I would do everything I could do with it, We was door dashing there for a minute. There wasn't no money in door dashing here. It's just, God bless. You'd see so many DoorDash cars driving around at lunchtime. It's pitiful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, y'all are up there. Healthcare down here is not that great. She's resting right now. She's sore, still sore in her abdomen. So hopefully I can get her meds today. We can start getting her antibiotics in her, and she can start getting some relief from it. They kind of scared me with my hip replacement when I was needing it. More or less, the place I work scared me because I had a hernia that needed it fixed too, and I ended up not doing it. And there's this one guy who he went in for a surgery, done all of his paperwork right, and when he went to come back, he was like, "Oh, guys, they pushed me back because I had a complication. I need 2 more weeks." They didn't give him the 2 weeks, so he ended up pointing out because he couldn't come back to work. And I was just like, "Oh no, I can't take a chance," So he was telling me on my hip, I'd be down for several weeks, then have to go to rehab on it. Hernia, they said 6 weeks. I could be back in 3 doing light duty. And when I finally had it done, that's exactly what it was. 6 weeks, 3 weeks I came back to work. I was at Rough Country when I had it done, when it ruptured on me and I had to have it done. I came back to work in 3 weeks and sat at a desk printing paperwork out for everybody. We did DoorDash here in this town when when DoorDash was first kind of taking off, and it was nothing to make a couple $100 a day. We did DoorDash about 6-7 months ago and was lucky to cover our gas. Just simply because there were so many people out there doing it. So, and I know people who go to different towns. And they'll DoorDash in like the bigger towns and stuff and make good money, but our final town doesn't have very many DoorDashers in it. Me too, Cotton. Me too. Thank you for the heart, me. But guys, real quick, if anybody can help us with anything towards I'm trying to get the hotel room and her meds today. We have the hotel paid up for tonight. We're trying to get ahead of tomorrow. The hotel is $70 and her meds are $11. So any help towards any of that would be appreciated. Anything we get extra would just go towards the next day's room. So we don't have any kind of insurance. The GoodRx has knocked them down to $11. So it was going to be, I think, $50 something for the powder, and then like $40 something for the antibiotic. And we do not have a Publix nearby. The health department doesn't have these meds. We called and checked on them and just asked if they had them, and they didn't have either one of them. I've heard a lot of good things about the Publix. Thank you, Jesse. And we'll give a total here in just a second. Thank you for that. I want to let everybody know where we're at now. We have the health department that gives out meds and stuff, but usually they'll see you. But sometimes if you have a prescription like that, they'll if they have it, they'll go ahead and give it to you. Yeah, Max, I'm sorry I missed your question. I read it and got sidetracked and forgot to answer you. I'm so sorry about that. They gave her about a half a thing of the powder they used on her. They gave her that to bring home. And I was very shocked they did that. We have tried to get insurance, and they tell us to go to the marketplace. Yeah. Oh, man. I agree with you 100% on that one, Meemaw. Okay, y'all give me 1 second. Maybe let me do this math in my head. So we need 70 for the room, 11 for the meds. So that was what, 81. So that puts us 64. We need $64 more. Hey, April, that ain't right. We need $74 more. That's why I use a calculator, guys, because math in my head sometimes just doesn't math. So we're $74 away from being able to keep the room and get her meds. We are $4 away from being able to get her meds. I'm in the state of Tennessee. I'm usually pretty good at math. I just sometimes I'm reading all the comments. I'm trying to answer everybody, and I'm trying to think and keep my own mind straight and stress and everything. Sometimes I can't add 5 plus 5. Pam, she is still sore. She's in the room. She's sleeping. She got comfortable a while ago and fell asleep, so I was just going to let her sleep. She didn't get much sleep last night because she couldn't really get into a comfortable spot. Now, she was having problems with her stomach last night. Her lower right abdomen started hurting, and she got really hot to the touch. Took her to the ER, and it turns out that she has cellulitis. No, we don't have any kids. The way I was explained, it's y'all correct me if I'm wrong, an infection in the skin that can be very painful. Our churches down here don't help. Believe me, we've been to every church there is in this county and asked if they help, and some of them has a food bank when they have stuff, so it was at the lower part of her stomach, and she kind of swelled up a little bit. But right now we're $4 away from being able to get the meds. So, yeah, see, termite, that's what scared me last night. Where she was swollen at, and with her, like, I touched her arm, and like her arm was hot. And I thought appendicitis. So I took her to the emergency room. Didn't want anything to get worse. And that's what it was. I think we've caught it at the beginning stages. Thank you for the prayers. We always want prayers. Yeah, they gave her a little bit of the powder last night, and they got a prescription for it. That's what I'm trying to do. Is get some help on getting the antibiotics and powder. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, she's home now. They sent her home last night. They didn't keep her. Well, I know that's not April right there, so. Yeah, Jesse, that wasn't April.
He does walk in behind you.
Yeah, as soon as I seen that pop up, I was like, that's not her. Just get that out of here. And everybody else caught it too. We knew it wasn't you. Well, they did a CT scan last night, and they did blood work on her. So the doctor was just trying to rule everything out. He did a urine test, CT scan. He drew blood, or she did. It was a nurse practitioner. And so they might not have needed to do a scan, but they did one. So, I mean, I don't know. Oh, we know. I knew as soon as that popped up that wasn't you. Like they've tried it already with a couple other people this morning, and they are that. I used to almost know the price of a CT scan. Oh, you guys got his little puppy out here. I'm in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Oh, we're neighbors then. Kind of. 30 minutes down the road. I used to wrestle in Ripley. Somebody a while ago was from Bells, and I missed that comment. I can't remember who it was. They said they was from Bells. And I meant to go back and say something to them. Been to Murfreesboro a couple of times. I guess on the plus side, we're at almost 30,000 likes. I don't know. Hey, Donna, how are you doing? We're here. We'll say it that way. Angela's dealing with what was going on last night. I'm stressed about everything else. I'm stressed about everything. I've got You're good. Meemaw, you're good. Okay, Jesse. Nope, cannot do DoorDash. Oh, taco. I'm sorry. I thought that said taco. My bad. I apologize. Believe me, I've got applications in just about everywhere. We could be doing a lot better. We could be doing better. She's not feeling all that great today. I'm stressed about the room and getting her medicine she needs. I'm not going to sit here and name every place I put in an application for. Nearest plasma place is in Jackson, Tennessee. That's about 45 minutes down the road. And I can't donate plasma because of some of the meds I'm on. We don't have a shelter here in town. Yeah, and we've slept in the car several times. And I won't say where I applied for and everything because I don't need anybody calling ahead and trying to stop me from getting a job there. And there's people that would. I was doing some work up until Christmas, and we kind of got laid off for the holidays and haven't got the call back yet. People, it's cost me to lose 2 jobs. I was working at Harbor Freight, and they sent in death threats to basically the whole store. And they've actually done that to a couple of places. They were sending it to virtually everywhere. And then they got lucky on one of them. April, I'm sorry they're doing that to you today. And you would think TikTok could stop it, but they won't. You can report them, and TikTok just does nothing about it. I found out who was behind a lot of it, but they encourage so many people to do it that it's basically at this point, they send a letter in, they don't put a return address on it. We just can figure out where it came, what city it came from because of the stamps. Um, so they can make a fake name on here. It's like they've made an account twice today about Tennessee Boy Mom trying to get, and say some pretty rude stuff on there, trying to get us to think it's her saying it. Like Twisted just said, they'll harass you if you come in here and talk nice to us. There was some investigations going forward with it, and my town seemed to think that it wasn't that big of a deal. So I've asked to push it further because they sent a pretty big threat to a hotel that I was staying at. 2 hotels exactly, and got us kicked out of both of them. Caused me to lose my job at Harbor Freight. And then it's the same people who get on here and fuss because I'm not working. I went in and put in a application at Tractor Supply because our store is one of the few down here that I think you actually put in a paper application in now. Everybody's online, and I hate that. I'd just rather go in and fill one out. So well, Renee, they sent a letter in saying that they was going to kaboom the place if I was still there. And the hotel refunded me my money and told me I had to leave. So they sent the letter in saying that they was going to come into my job, and if I was there, open fire on the whole place. So, yeah. When I went in, let me finish the story about Tractor Supply. I went in, I filled out the application, I gave it to the HR lady, and she goes, "Your name sounds so familiar." And she goes, "I know where I've heard it from." She sat there for a minute. She says, "I know where I heard it from." And she pulls out a daggum letter sent to them where they was just sending them because Walmart got one, Dollar Tree got one, Tractor Supply got one, and Harbor Freight got one. And they was just sending them out till they finally got one. No, kiddo, that was a different hotel. It was the one before this hotel. Yeah, it was under an investigation. But like I said, the city of Dyersburg decided that it wasn't that big of a deal because it was all off of TikTok. And I requested for the files to be reopened in light of some of the stuff that's going on with the guy who is doing it. So, yeah, April, it's just stupidity. I mean, they don't think they're bullying. They think they're just doing this justice, cyber justice is what one of them called it. So, thank you for that. We always welcome prayers. The same guy that's in question, his name was GOV on here. I'm sure everybody's heard of that. He was the one behind several of the letters. And with this recent discovery of everything that's happened with him on here and other people, I've been trying to get them to ever open the case back up or send it to somebody else who will and finally do something about it. Because basically sat there and hand delivered everything they needed to know about this guy. So exactly. No, and it's not that it was the big old awareness. It was one guy with all those letters and stuff. It was one guy. Meanwhile, you're right. They did. They fell in love with this guy because he was just doing all this good work for them. And they all backed him and they all covered everything he said. And I said from the get-go, I was like, something's off with this guy. But because he was bringing me down, they all got on board with it. And he was supposed to be bringing down other people. And he was doing this and he was doing that. And it turns out to be he was ripping people off for thousands of dollars. And he has stolen someone's valor and was pretending to be them. And ripping off other corporations and having a fake corporation. So there's a lot that came out about the guy. And he was the main one behind the letters. And unfortunately, and see, this is what a lot of people don't understand. I know I'm getting so far off from we're desperately needing some help today, and this is getting so far off the topic. But a lot of people don't understand is just because you don't believe in doing something a certain way, don't mean someone's not listening to you or someone's listening to you and they'll take it that far. Some of these awareness people go, don't take it real life. Don't call their jobs. Don't call their place they're living. Let's cut them off at the pass. Let's educate their enablers. And, okay, that's their message. But some of the people listening to them takes that as, we'll do this by any means necessary. We have not got our EBT. I have an appointment with them tomorrow to go try to figure out what's going on with them. Tried going down there early this morning so they opened. And I had to come back and make an appointment for tomorrow to come back. They wouldn't see me then. So we don't have our EBTs. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I had to make a quick phone call, but they didn't answer, so I had to just leave a message. Well, hey, Meemaw number 2. We have 2 Meemaws in here now. Me and my wife were having to live in a hotel. She had to go to the emergency room last night. I'm trying to get help with keeping the hotel room another day and getting her meds. I need 74 more. Sorry about that if I backed out. I was trying to clear everything off my screen. When you help with $74 more, if anybody can help with anything toward that, guys, it would be appreciated. Anything at all. She said she was sore. And she was really tired, so she's inside sleeping right now. Jesse, did you recognize them from Awareness? Wait a minute, what the? Oh, okay, they spoofed it. Gotcha. Well, they're spoofing like crazy, ain't they? No, I've never seen you be rude or anything. Well, nobody's accusing you of being rude, I don't think. Somebody got blocked and I was asking a question. But I'd seen it with somebody just acting like them. Meemaw, did you hear the answer? I didn't know you was gone, so I answered your question, but you might have been off. Me and my wife are living in a hotel. I take her to the emergency room last night, and right now I'm trying to get help with anything towards getting her meds and keeping the hotel room another day. So. I've been doing this for years. Been living in a hotel for years. How long have I been doing it, Foreman? Well, they wrote a prescription for the meds, so what they did last night we'll get a bill for, but I didn't think I had to say they wrote a prescription. Need $74 to keep the room and get her meds. Need $4 more to get the meds. Y'all tell me how long I've been doing this. Y'all say I've been doing this for years. Donnie, how long have I been on TikTok doing it? It's like, and like I said, I know most people who come in and listen. I know a lot of y'all. I know pretty well know the ones who come in and everything. Our case is still pending, so I haven't lost them. If I had lost them, my case wouldn't say pending. The Good RX has knocked it down to $11 for the meds. It would have been a lot higher than that, but we are using Good RX. There's a lot going on out here right now. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? It's like it went from nobody being outside to like everybody was just out here doing something just a second ago. Threw me off. Hey, Janae. Jamie, I am stressed beyond the limits of being stressed. Yes, you can ask the question. Anybody can ask the questions when you ask rude questions or you ask the same questions that's been asked 1,000 times while you've been in here. That's when people get blocked. So, yeah, ask your question. Everybody can ask the question. I have the right to choose not to answer that question. I usually answer everything. Yeah. For how long, Robert? Yeah, we've been in a pretty crappy situation for about 1.5 years now. I won't deny that. I mean, and I've had to ask for help quite a bit in 1.5 years. I don't deny that. These people saying I've been doing this 5, 10, 15 years. What? One guy told me the other day, argued with me that I have been begging on TikTok for the last, or since COVID is what he said. Okay, so that's 2020. I've only had TikTok for 1.5 years. March won't be 2 years because I didn't have this in March of 2024. I didn't sign up for TikTok until June. June of 2024 is when I signed up for TikTok. So again, you're wrong about it being March. Meanwhile, I have called Red Cross. I've called all the churches here. I've called food banks everywhere else, and there's no help in this town right now. Exactly, Minnie. Exactly. Thank you, Monkey. And see, that's something else I don't get. It's like I get sent these pictures of screenshots from people on another website talking about how much they hate seeing me on TikTok. But yet they sit there and, is anybody screen recording today? I like to watch it. Man, I hate he's on there. I hate watching this stuff, but you want to go watch it. It's like, if you don't like watching me, why are you watching me? I'm from Tennessee. It's like, that's what I don't understand. Like, if you don't like watching us, why are you so obsessed with watching us? You know, that's the stupid part. Hey, Teresa. Exactly, Jesse. And it's you know, that's what gets me was like, if you don't like my lives, you don't have to watch them. You know, if you can't figure out how to block me, then hey, tell me right now you don't like it, and we'll be sure to make sure you never see another one of my lives. That is definitely Tennessee in a nutshell. Is this? They like this. I'll put you on a waiting list for help, and then the waiting list is 2 years long. So, but no, I cannot do DoorDash. I wish I had a sign that I could just put it behind me with the same questions over. And they haven't been in here, and I know that, but it's just good Lord. And then they act like when you get a little aggravated, you're not supposed to be aggravated about anything. So, she is sore, and then she's resting. Need $74 to cover her meds and the hotel room. To cover her meds, I need $4 more. That's the most important. Dawn, a lot of it is I don't have the funds to go anywhere else, and the car is not dependable enough to go anywhere. Yeah, she didn't sleep too well last night because she couldn't get comfortable last night. I have PayPal and CA. Dawn, I think Nashville would be the closest one with some really good resources, and that's about 3.5 hours away. Emily, I will tag you in that. Okay, Dawn, you have a good one.
I was working. Okay, she said,
Apparently they got a couple of rooms up here that the heat's not working. Well, the gym membership isn't even that much, and that's a different story. I mean, so canceling a $10 gym membership is gonna, which I'm behind on that too. So canceling a $10 membership is going to get me my $70. That's some good math there. I don't remember what your name was. Yeah. So if I cancel a $10 membership that I'm behind on, okay, thank you for that. Vernon, thank you for the name too. Thank you, Emily, for that. I'll be getting off here in just a few minutes and running and getting her meds. Still have to figure out the hotel room. Yeah, the car is a point A, point B type thing right now. It goes about 40 miles an hour. It really doesn't want to go any faster because it desperately needs a tune up. So jumping in that and trying to get to Nashville on a quarter tank of gas and bad car is not a smart decision. Thank you, Emily. I'm going to go get her meds here in just a few minutes. Cellulitis was the diagnosis last night. Jamie, you're 100% correct. And I didn't get it either back when I was before this. Before we got in this situation, I couldn't understand how come people couldn't get out of a bad situation. And then once we're in it, we're stuck in this whole deal with hotel and just surviving. It's not even not living life. It's just surviving. I'm going to put as much fixing into that I can at income tax. I think it will at least get the car fixed. They gave you M&Ms for it? You know, I didn't judge. I just didn't understand, like, how come I couldn't get out. And we used to take food down to the blessing box and put it in there. There's a waiting list. We've been on a waiting list for about 2 years now for any kind of help with any kind of housing. Well, thank you for the gesture, Mimo. Right now, I'm needing help keeping the hotel room for another day. We're paid up for the night. I just got help with getting my wife's meds. I'm about to go pick them up here in just a second. She's calling to make sure they are ready. That way I can just go get them and come back. We just called and got the price on them earlier. So I'm still needing help with $70 to keep the hotel room. Excuse me. Hold on. We talked to them. They gave us some paperwork to fill out, send back. Yeah, it's still the same, but it depends on which one you have. Yep, that's it right there. And it's probably getting reported. It'll probably be reported 100 times a day, so. No, I don't have any kind of insurance. Hey, how's it going, Papa? Thank you for that. I won't say the name on live unless you want it to be said. Thank you for that. So that puts us to just needing $60 for the room. Unfortunately, the last job that I've worked at, they didn't offer insurance. It's just working for somebody day to day and didn't offer insurance. If I was still at Harbor Freight, I'd have insurance by now. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, she's sore right now. She's been really sleepy. I'm about to go here in just a minute and get her meds. So she sends me the message that they are ready. She was diagnosed with cellulitis. There we go. I'll get it right in a minute. And they gave her antibiotic and a powder she has to use. So yeah, she's pretty sore. Spark is where somebody places an order for their food, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but that person goes in, they get it all together, then they deliver it. Whew. Hers is in the stomach, or lower right abdomen was where it flared up at. Hey, Lynn. I was able to do a little bit of something this weekend to get us some food. My biggest issue with doing anything where I got delivery is the car is not dependable enough right now to go out and do a bunch of delivery jobs. If the car was more dependable, yeah. Okay, man. I wasn't 100% sure if it was they did all the shopping or... I hate shopping. I hate Walmart. I think we've caught hers pretty well at the beginning of it. So... yeah, I think we pretty well caught hers right at the very beginning of everything going on. I never heard of Rhodey. Are you the one Uber driver we have in town? I heard somebody talking the other day said there was one Uber driver, and I was like, we gotta have more than that. But Uber's expensive. Oh. We do like pick up packages and then deliver them out. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know anything about that one. FedEx used to do something similar to that during the holidays. Like it was a small town and have like maybe 40 or 50 stops. They would pay somebody like, I think they pay like $2.50 a stop. And then somebody would drop off the packages at their house and they would load them up in their car and then go deliver them. Yeah, UPS is really good about having helpers over the holidays. FedEx didn't care. The FedEx I worked at anyway, they didn't care. They'd send you out there with 150 stops sprawled out over a big county, and they didn't care if you ran from 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. They didn't care. There were several nights where I'd pull up, I'd back my truck back into its spot to be loaded, and they would already have stuff sitting on the belt where they was already unloading trucks, but I was still delivering from the day before. Pull up, back my truck up, and just go get in the car and call Angela and be like, I'm sleeping in the car tonight. Because our hub was like 40 minutes away from where we lived. And maybe not quite that far, at least 30 minutes away. And it's like, I got there at 6 o'clock that morning, went through my truck, organized it because my loader was some kid they brought in during the holiday that didn't want to do it. You know, he just was throwing packages in the truck. So I'd organize it, get it set up, then drive from Humboldt all the way to Paris, Tennessee. Do my deliveries. But I wasn't like in the town of Paris, like I was more in the county and everything. I don't know what the county's called up there. I did some city, some county. Then I'd come back to the hub and back the truck up to be loaded. And it might be, I couldn't remember what it was called to save my life. It might be 9:30, 10 o'clock before I'm pulling back into the hub for my truck to be loaded for the next day. And then I'm having to drive 30 minutes home. So I'd call Angela and be like, I'm sleeping in the car tonight. I'll be home hopefully tomorrow. Because they just didn't care about helping us. So UPS is a lot more organized. I got a very good friend who works at UPS, and he was telling me how good it was and stuff when I was still at FedEx, and I was just like, I just want to punch you in your mouth. It's like, it's not that good here. FedEx's pay was crap too. The one I was at, they wanted to pay you $110 a day. Didn't matter how long you worked. So, no matter if you worked a 15, 16 hour day, it was still 110. No, Meemaw, we don't. I'm waiting on her to text me and tell me that the meds are ready. She was supposed to be giving them a call and seeing if everything's ready. Guys, if anybody can help me with anything towards the rest of what we got for the room, we're still $60 short on the room. Whew. Guys, I need something to make me happy today. Well, I hope she gets it. We'll definitely be praying for her. So I've went to a couple of interviews and just immediately was shut down because of letters being sent. So GOV really screwed me over with these letters. All of that landed on him, and there was a few from the awareness groups who thought it was great. So
Hey, what's up, bro? Good. What we gonna do? What's up? You wanna what now?
Hey, Candy Mama. Stay on for a few more minutes. She's checking again to see if the meds are ready or not. She was just going to give him a call back. They're usually pretty good out there at that pharmacy. Walmart having them and everything. As soon as she gives me the thumbs up, I'm running and getting them. We're gonna start getting her meds in her. No, she's here at the room with me. She was just resting earlier, and I decided to come out here and talk and see if I could get any help. Hey, Sally Ann, how are you doing? They gave her some antibiotics last night and then sent her home with a prescription. That's what I'm waiting on now to find out if they're ready. That way I can go pick them up. Sally Ann, kind of really stressed out right now. It's about 40-something degrees here. I don't know exactly what it is, but the sun is out. And sitting in the car, the sun shining right on it. It feels pretty nice in the car right now. If I had to be out in it, I would definitely put on a sweater today. I had to take her to the ER last night, Sally Ann, and she was diagnosed with cellulitis. Now, meanwhile, we stay at a small hotel. They've got 2 employees here. So it's just a small place, and they don't need any help right now, so. Yeah, it seems like we're catching it right at the beginning. So last night she was having some pains in her lower right abdomen, and then she got really hot to touch. And, first thing I thought was appendicitis. And took her on to the ER, and they said it was cellulitis. So she's having some pains now. I'm about to go get her meds. They gave her antibiotic and some powder. I don't know what to do for the actual pain. What did you guys do for the actual pain? Did y'all ibuprofen, Tylenol, or is it just something you gotta? Thank you, Jacqueline. Well, they put her on an antibiotic. God, that's what I'm waiting on her to text me and tell me they've got it ready. Then I'm going to go pick it up. And then they gave her some kind of powder, medicated powder to put on the area. Minnie, you know how Dyersburg Hospital is. I was surprised that they did what they did last night as quickly as they did. Classic lady, we're actually about $60 short on keeping the hotel room for tomorrow. We have it paid for the night, and if we don't come up with the other 60, we're going to have to check out in the morning. So if anybody could help with anything towards that, guys, it would definitely be appreciated. We will be packing everything up into the car and sleeping in our car. Hey, Sally Ann, thank you. Checkout is 11 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Sally Ann, for that so much. You do not know how much that helps. I mean, that helped. That with what I had, that's going to take care of the hotel for a day. Thank you, Sally. I will definitely tell her. And thank you so much. Hey, Britt. We've been on, but we've just been missing each other, I think. That was me before Christmas. I was working a lot and not being able to get on. And now I'm not working a lot, so. I'm about to go inside and tell her the good news. Well, thank you again, Sally Ann. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Britt, I imagine. I'm trying to find something else that's going to be more steady. That's not going to be a layoff and be nice to everyone. You're definitely right. But we had a lot of good people coming here today. So, and I thank them all. I do. I think they're all MVPs in my eyes. I tell you, this little town here is just crazy. Everybody have help wanted signs up, but not hiring anybody. We did get enough for the room and Angela's meds. So as soon as she texts me and says that her meds are ready for pickup, I'm going to go get them. And then I'm going to take me a hot shower. And then stress about everything else later. Britt, I had to take her to the emergency room last night. Ended up, she's got cellulitis in the bottom right of her abdomen. Thank you, G. I think we've caught it pretty well at the earliest stage possible, though. I really think we. No, Lulu, they haven't. I've asked them several times, but we never get approved for Medicaid. So, but I have to go up there to the food stamp office tomorrow and see what's going on with our EBT for this month. And I'm going to ask them more stuff about Medicaid because people told me some questions to ask them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to, because our EBTs are still pending. We haven't gotten them yet. So all that's still pending. And I went up there this morning to try to find out about that. And they was like, oh, you have to make an appointment. We can't just see you about your case. Well, damn. Okay. So now we got to go back tomorrow and see about the case. And I'm going to ask them several questions about the insurance because a lot of people has told me a lot of stuff to ask them today. And see how come they're not putting any insurance on us. But we got lucky and her meds were $11. So that's with the GoodRx. With what I've worked through November and December, definitely puts me over the 20 hours a week for this time period to be able to draw. So thank you, Meemaw. I appreciate that. Definitely do. Definitely appreciate it. But guys, she just texted me a second ago and said her meds are ready. So I'm going to go pick them up. If she feels like it, we'll get back on later on tonight. Well, Mima, we'll be saying a prayer for you and hope that you get to feeling better. Yeah, that's not having kids, I think, is the main blocker. Lord, yes, her chicken was legit last night. Like, it was... Had to eat the potatoes with the spoon. They were so soft. So she was so worried about her food being ruined, and it was delicious last night. Meanwhile, if we get back on, it'll probably be around 8. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, Brandy, I think it's really a crapshoot on who gets it and who doesn't. Yeah, she was worried about it last night. That's all she kept talking about. Okay. Meanwhile, my DMs are always open though. If you ever just want to DM and talk, I'll shoot you a follow back. I sent the request to you. DMs are always open. But I'm gonna run in here, grab my card, and then head to Walmart because, believe it or not, our Walmart doesn't have tap pay, and I usually just use my phone for everything. So I have to remember when I go to Walmart to make sure I have the card on me, because you can't tap anything at our Walmart. I don't know. They just did a big update too, and you just can't use tap pay. Okay, we might see you guys later on the night, and if she feels like it, we'll get back on. If she doesn't, I may jump on. I don't know. Just depends. All right, Jesse, I will. And thank you, everybody that's helped today. Thank you to my mods who came in here and fought the trolls today. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Carrie. And thank you to everybody who just came in with us. Kind words and prayers. We really appreciate that, guys. She may jump back on after a while. See how the day goes. Y'all have a good one. If we don't see y'all tonight, we'll see y'all tomorrow.